welcome. Today's workout is called Classic Mixtape. Now, if you grew up in the 80s or 90s, you probably remember making a mixtape at some point, right? Remember you would record from the radio and then you'd have a collection of all your favorite songs on one cassette tape. I know I'm dating myself, but I wanted to kind of take that concept into today's workout because there are definitely some Briolates exercises that I find myself always coming back to, that I love, that are favorites for me. And so I thought I would kind of share my favorite Briolates exercises in this kind of mixtape style, one right after the other, so you'll get a little insight into Laura's favorite moves. And hopefully these are some of your favorites as well, okay? So let's go ahead and get started. So I'll start in a seated cross-legged position if that's comfortable for you. And we'll just try to lengthen up through the crown of the head. Feel free to close your eyes here just to allow your body and your mind to get centered. Take note of where your spine is. And note some of the curvatures in your spine. One of the goals in Briolates is to de-exaggerate some of the excessive curvature that we get through the neck, through the upper to mid back, and through the lower back. So kind of notice that S shape and see if you can ever so slightly and subtly de-exaggerate some of those curvatures that you might be feeling. Sometimes it's hard to tell the position of your spine, but to the degree that you can, try to de-exaggerate the curves in the low back and the neck, as well as pulling your shoulders down and back to de-exaggerate that outward curve in the upper back. And now let's put on our girdle of strength. We've got our pelvic floor, our transverse abdominis, external obliques that create the scoop. Let's scoop nice and strong and begin to take some Pilates style breaths. Now feel free here to place the hands on the rib cage and consciously expand with each inhale. Good, we've talked about before it being this kind of east to west breath. You're kind of expanding this way, right? Expanding the rib cage out. Nice job. One more. Now keeping our scoop engaged, we're doing a little bit of scapular stabilization and mobilization. So we're going to bring the elbows to the sides and now just allowing everything to rise up, reach the shoulders up toward the ears. That should feel like a nice stretch. Not particularly great posture, but it's a nice stretch. Bring it back down, and again, mobilizing the scapula, lift, squeeze, and come down. Now stabilizing the scapula so the shoulders stay down and back, and we reach up to the ceiling. Totally different feeling, right? Really engaging those muscles in the upper to mid back. Muscles right between and around the shoulder blades. Nice job, locking all of that in, going from our W shape to our Y shape. Nice work. And again, we exhale up, inhale down. Now moving into a T shape, so out to the sides, shoulders stay down and back. This one really gets me every time. It's like I feel it on the Y, but I really feel it on the T. Right between those shoulder blades. Whew. Good job. One more. We come in, up to our T, and real quick ask yourself, are you still scooped? And come on down. Rolling down to the mat, one vertebra at a time. And let's find our imprint here. Okay, so recall on the imprint that we want to gently touch every vertebra to the mat. That includes the ones in the lower back as well as the neck. Neck tends to be the hardest. I would recommend taking 2 fingers and just kind of pressing inward with your chin. Okay, it's kind of like a turtle pulling its head into its shell. Try to see if you can get those vertebrae to very gently touch the mat if possible. If not, just get as close as you can, no worries. Now we're gonna move from here into the hip release. So one knee comes down to the side and we circle the leg and pull it back up to the center. Very nice, just kind of opening this hip joint here, warming up some of the muscles and the joints. The knee, the hip, you've got this. Good, one more here. We drop down, slide up and around, other side, same thing. So we drop down to the side and release it up. Very good. Couple more here. One more. And now bringing the legs to a tabletop position. One at a time, we're going to slide down toward the mat, keeping a 90-degree angle in the knee. That's really important. You don't have to touch the floor. The idea is just to lower a little bit until you feel like it's really challenging to maintain your imprint, and then come right back up. Of course, we're scooped the whole time, imprinted the whole time, shoulders are down and back. It helps if you slide your fingertips down toward the bottom of your mat. That'll help to keep your shoulder blades where they need to be. And your breathing here is inhale as the leg comes down, exhale and bring it back up. Amazing how much different this feels when you're recruiting the right muscles, right? Down and up. One more time. We come down and up. Now one of my very favorites, low back circles. So pull those knees in. And just give your low back a nice little massage into the mat. This one always feels so good. Other direction. All right, one more warm-up exercise, which happens to be one of my favorites as well. This is the spinal rotator stretch. So drop your knees down to the side so they're facing me. Stack one palm on top of the other. Inhale, reach up. Exhale and land that hand down on the ground on the other side, looking over the shoulder. Try to relax here, let go of any muscles that are trying to carry any tension or tightness. Inhale, reach up with that back arm. Exhale, land the palms. And then we'll go to the other side and do just the exact same thing. Knees come down to the side, palms stack. Inhale, lift. Exhale, reach and look over the shoulder. Nice job. Inhale up and exhale down. Rolling back to the center. And we are going to go ahead and start officially our mixtape workout. All right, so first exercise, one of my favorites. This is called the shoulder bridge. Now we're going to lift the spine as one unit. So imagine that your tailbone all the way to the top of your shoulders is like a plank, and it's not flexible, it's not bendy. So we're not articulating through the spine, we're just lifting like a board of wood and setting it down. So that's the feeling that you want. So we inhale, prepare, we scoop hard, we exhale and lift. The glutes are gonna drive this. We come all the way up to the top. We hold, we exaggerate it a little bit, pressing through these hips. Inhale, prepare, and exhale, set it down, but try not to relax at the bottom. We're not letting anything go, we're just barely touching the spine down, and then we exhale up. Inhale down, without relaxing, exhale up. Again, spine is moving as one piece, one unit. Inhale down, exhale up. Inhale down. Now one more. We're gonna exhale up and hold here at the top. Let's try to keep the hips as stable as we possibly can as we mentally put our weight in our shoulders and one of our legs. So again, we're not really doing anything physically right now, just mentally taking the weight out of your other leg. And then see if you can float it like a feather. Up, extend, hold, bend the knee, float it back down, gracefully transfer your weight to the other foot with minimal movement through the hips. Lift, extend, bend, set it down, shift over, lift, extend, bend, down and shift, doing awesome. Up, extend, down, and down. Now let's set the whole spine down again. Awesome work. Into leg circles here. So extend one leg out, one leg up. Keep it as straight as possible. Anchor yourself into the floor and cross that foot over the other side. As we come out here, nice and wide, we're keeping this hip as stable as we can. In fact, what I find helpful is actually placing my fingers on this hip or even both hips so that I can really check myself and make sure that I'm as stable as I think I am. We inhale as the legs comes across. We exhale as it comes out to the side and pulls up to the center. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Going slow actually makes this harder. Really forces us to focus at every point along the way. Ooh, and stabilize those hips. One more time. Inhale. Around and exhale. Bring that leg down. Other leg comes up. We go across this leg as we inhale. We stabilize the hips. Out to the side, scoop hard. Exhale. Inhale, around, and exhale, back up, doing amazing. Again, this leg is as straight as possible. Try to lock the knee if you can, if that's comfortable for you. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale, we have two more. Stable and strong. Inhale. Exhale and come down. We're moving from here right into roll up. It's helpful for me to have a rolled up towel. Whatever works for you is great. I'm just gonna go ahead and grab that and just place it right underneath the spot where my low back likes to curve in. All right, now rib cage glued down to the pelvis. We still have our scoop. Arms come up. As the arms move back, the rib cage and the shoulders stay down. Inhale here. Exhale, chin tuck. Begin to lift up off of the mat. Go slow here. It makes it tougher. Ooh, fighting through, trying to keep a uniform speed all the way up to the top. We tuck and roll back down. Now, I included roll up in my mixtape here because I have kind of a love-hate relationship with roll-up. I know it's good for me. I'm not really that good at it. As you can see, I still need my towel, but it gives me this great sense of empowerment and strength when I do it really smoothly and really well. So even though I'm not necessarily sure I'd call it one of my all-time favorites, it's one that I respect quite a bit. And I know I need it, so we're throwing it into the mixtape. Inhale back. Exhale around and up. Scoop hard. Squeeze. Nice job. We have one more. Come down. Inhale here at the back. And exhale up. Now staying right here. Pinching the legs as strongly together as you can. Get those inner thighs fired up. Arms come out to the side for spine twist. One of my favorites, definitely a classic Briolates exercise. We inhale, as we turn to the side and we exhale to the center. Nice work. Inhale, side. Exhale, center. I think the reason why this is one of my favorites is because there is so much going on and so much more beneath the surface than meets the eye. I think if anybody saw us doing this, they would say, that looks like a pretty simple exercise. But when you squeeze the inner thighs together, your legs are super straight, your heels are actually lifted off of the mat. Do you see that? My quads are so tight, my heels are lifted. So the lower body is on fire, and then at the same time, my spine has to be so tall, my shoulders have to be down really strong, and so the shoulder blades have to be really working, staying pinched together. My arms are strong and tight like a gymnast on the rings, and all of a sudden, I am like sweating buckets, doing what looks like a simple movement, right? One of my favorites. Okay, other side, this is the last one. Inhale, side. Exhale, center, and we can take a slight break. Nice work. All right, my next favorite move is rolling like a ball, and I love combining this one with the open leg rocker because that's a lot of fun for me as well. So let's find our rolling like a ball position. We're gonna sit slightly behind the tailbone and the sits bones. Bringing the legs up, balancing, making sure our spine looks like the bottom of a rocking chair so we can roll. And here's where I like to relax the shoulders, relax the head and neck. There's no tension there. We roll back, we come up and hold, and this is where I want to go into open leg rockers. We're going to alternate between the two. Okay, again, if you want to just stick with rolling like a ball, that's a-okay. Come down, up and hold, rolling like a ball. Down, up and hold, open leg rocker, down, up and hold, rolling like a ball, up and hold, open leg rocker. For me, having to switch between these two movements just keeps the core kind of on its toes, so to speak. I don't really get an opportunity to be lazy or settle into one thing. Up, open leg rocker, up and hold. We're moving from here right into seated single leg stretch. This is one of my favorites just because it feels cool, it's fun, but it's hard and it gets the job done. So one leg forward, one leg back. We're gonna place the hand on the inside of the knee, the outside of the ankle if you can reach. Inhale, prepare, and exhale, switch. Now notice here my upper body is staying really still. That's the goal on this one. Even though the legs are moving and creating some momentum, that upper body stays solid like a rock. We go 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and come on down. Nice work. We're rolling back down to the mat again for crisscross. I love this one as well because it looks so much like a bicycle, one of those out of control things you might see people doing, but is totally not that and totally different. So we're gonna keep the single leg stretch position, slide up to ab press, place the hands behind the head, and rotate toward the knee that's in. Inhale, prepare. Exhale, switch. We keep this in control. The only thing that's rotating here is the thoracic spine. So we're not rotating through the hips. We're not rolling from side to side. Nice job. This one's tough. We go 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Hold on one. This is a tough transition, but we're moving to another of my favorites, double leg stretch. Bring those knees in. Hands come to the front of the face. We extend everything out and we pull everything in. If this gets to be too much for the head and neck, you can always set that down and just keep going with the arms and legs. You'll still get a ton out of this. I think what I love about this is as we extend the arms out and the legs out, it just puts such a challenge on the scooping muscles and forces them to get stronger just by nature of the fact that we've created a longer lever, right? The arms and legs are extended out rather than being pulled into the body. And it amazes me every time what a difference that makes. You've got this. 2 more. Inhale. Exhale. 1 more. Inhale. And exhale. Moving right into another of my all-time favorites, teaser. So legs come down. Arms come back behind the head. We inhale, prepare. We start as if we're doing a roll-up, but the legs get to come up to a V. This one is just a lot of fun, and for me, way easier than the roll-up with the legs down. I know that's not the case for everyone, but for me, part of the reason I love teaser is because it's much easier for me to get my legs to pop up than to keep them down. Arms come behind the head, and then we unfold from the V with control. Inhale as the head and the feet touch the floor at the same time. Inhale here. Exhale up, V-sit. Arms back, hold here, and just appreciate all the muscles that are working to hold you in this position. Now unfold from your V. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, prepare here. Exhale around and up. Doing amazing. Last 2. Inhale. Exhale. Last 1. Inhale, prepare. Exhale, V-sit. Arms back behind the head. And this time, come all the way up. Spread the legs out wide into a V shape. We're moving right into the saw. So arms are up. We inhale to the side. Exhale, reach. Inhale to the side. Exhale, reach. One more each side. All right, moving from here right into scissors and then into corkscrew. I love scissors for its hamstring lengthening effect. I always feel like I have pretty flexible hamstrings, and then I try scissors and it humbles me and puts me in my place. So let's go ahead and roll down. Bring one leg straight up. The other leg is just going to lift slightly off of the mat. Of course, make sure that you are imprinted and that you can maintain your imprint here and your scoop. Now we're going to come up to an ab prep position. Try to lock this knee if you can, if that's comfortable. Inhale, prepare, and exhale, switch. We go 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, hold on 1, right into corkscrew. Both legs come up and we again pinch those inner thighs together. Arms anchor us into the floor. And we imagine that our belly button literally is initiating this circular movement. So kind of imagine it's like a whirlpool. The vortex for that being your belly, okay? It'll help provide the visualization. And it's a really small circle. We're not making giant circles here. We're just trying to really precisely target our scooping muscles using that imagery of a corkscrew or a whirlpool. Make sure that pelvic floor is engaged. That sets the stage for everything else here. And other direction with the circle. Imprint and chin tuck. It's easy to lose the chin tuck on this one, I know. We'll go 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bend the knees, and we are now flipping over to our bellies. So some of my favorite moves that would be on my personal Briolates mixtape that are on the belly Probably my all-time favorite is the heel squeeze. I don't know why, it's just so much fun and it really targets the glutes very well. So that's what we're gonna start with. All right, so bend the knees, heels together, toes are pointed out. We wanna make sure that we are imprinted and scooped here, and as the legs rise up, we're trying not to lose our imprint, okay? So we just squeeze and come down. Perhaps what I love about this is that it's such a subtle little movement, right? It's so small. We're just coming a couple inches up, a couple inches down, but it's so targeted and so precise and so effective. Go 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release down. Next up is single leg kick. This is one of my favorites, and I feel like maybe I love this one because it doesn't often get enough credit for how effective it is. Now, I'll tell you, for the longest time, I didn't get it on this one. And then when I really went back and studied and examined what I was supposed to be doing and feeling, I was like, oh, and it really clicked. So I'd like you to come up on your forearms. I want you to pick your belly up by squeezing the glutes. You see that? That little bit of a difference. So here's the natural position. Squeeze the glutes, tilt the pelvis. That lifts the whole belly and pelvis off of the floor. At the same time, the shoulders are down and back, away from the ears, so the upper body is really strong. And in addition, the legs have to lift an inch or two off of the ground. Now, if you're doing this right, just this starting position is really hard to maintain. So once we start moving, it just becomes that much more challenging. Now bring one foot in by bending the knee, maintain everything you've got, and just switch, 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 switch. Oh my gosh, right? Hamstrings, butt, abs, upper body, everything on fire. Keep breathing. We go 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, my next mixtape favorite would be breaststroke. I love this one for its simplicity, but just the fact that it is so good for those upper back muscles and those stabilizers right between the shoulder blades. So we're gonna start out face down, elbows are squeezed into the sides, legs are a little wider than hip width apart. We'll inhale, prepare, and initiate everything with the upper back muscles. So squeeze the shoulder blades together. Begin to lift slightly off the mat. This should be a challenge to maintain. Float the arms up so that the hands are right next to the shoulders without losing any height with your upper body. Now inhale, arms come forward, shoulders stay down away from the ears. This is really tough. Turn the palms and sweep around to the side. Come back to your W position, move forward to like a Y shape, and around. So think back to our warm-up, right? The W and the Y, you just have that same feeling, but at this different angle, it becomes that much more challenging. I also encourage you to keep your arms out of your sight, so they should be high enough that they're right next to your ears and your eyes are not seeing them out of the peripheral vision. Try just a couple more. Inhale. Exhale. Legs are straight and strong as well. Everything is involved. Inhale. Exhale. And release down. All right, just one more exercise on our mixtape today. This one is the side plank and mermaid. So let's go ahead, make a little kind of X shape with your feet. One foot crossed over the other. Hand comes down underneath the shoulder, but slightly angled out from there. We inhale, prepare. Exhale, move up to the side plank. And then for our mermaid, we lift the hips, we dive into the water, and then as we set everything back down, we try not to relax, right? So we still have all of the muscles engaged here at the bottom as we lift, dive in, and return. We lift, dive in like a mermaid, and down one more time. It's lift, dive, and down. Other side, same thing, and then we're done. It's across the back leg, over the front leg. Set up the feet like a little X shape. Hand comes down, slightly angled out from the shoulder. Inhale, prepare. Exhale, up to side plank. Into the water like a mermaid. Down, and try not to relax at the bottom. We come up, dive in, and float back down. We come up, dive in, and float one more time. It's up, lift the hips a little higher, dive in, down, and release. Fabulous job today. Let's just have a seat here in the center, and we'll do a few little wrist circles here, just nice and easy. I feel like when we support the body weight on the hands, we owe it to the wrists to give them a little bit of love here. Take a nice deep breath in, and float the arms down to the sides. And again, same thing, inhale. And exhale, down. Thank you all so much. This has been a blast. I really enjoyed getting to share some of my favorite Briolates exercises with you, kind of mixtape style. And I hope that you have just a wonderful rest of your day. Stay energized, stay strong, stay scooped, and I'll see you next time. Okay, bye-bye.